Hello there, I'm Scott Winterroth, and let's talk about winning your website. Websites today play various roles within organizations, from lead generation to recruiting, and a high-performing web strategy is almost as important or as valuable as a high-performing leader or employee. You probably need your website even more than you think. You see, your website is the gateway for your customers into your world, or a virtual storefront for your business, or even a virtual doorstep before they arrive at your physical location. Your website is not the end-all to success. Let's face it, there are many different aspects of running a business or an organization that all have to be done correctly and have to work together. For example, you can't run or grow a business if your finance department is out of whack or your product just doesn't have the right market fit. But if you're watching this, you probably realize that your web strategy is a pretty important player in that game. Regardless if you're the chief everything or the chief executive officer, it's likely your responsibility to make sure that your website is firing in all cylinders in a way that brings the most impact to your business or your organization. Determining that impact can vary based on your strategy, but maybe there are some website opportunities you maybe haven't considered yet. Let's dive into some of those core considerations. The most common website strategy is for customer acquisition. I can guarantee that at some level your website and your online presence is part of your buyer's decision-making process. If you're an online business, then it is your business. So regardless if you have an e-commerce website, an informational website, or a lead generation site, your customers decide in their mind if they want to do business with you within the first few milliseconds they land on your homepage. And as the old expression goes, making an impression does count and it matters. A modern website can make a world of difference for a customer or donor in the critical decision phase. The same goes for talent. Yes, the people who you work with. The second opportunity, sometimes overlooked but applies to organizations of all sizes, is talent acquisition. Wouldn't having the top talent within your organization help you achieve your mission and goals this year? I know that for me, sometimes it's much harder to acquire top talent than it is customers. Your website is the foundation for how prospective employees or partners decide if they're going to be a good fit for you. Maybe you're not in employee acquisition phase, but rather you work with other freelancers, consultants, or gig workers. Either way, you can use your website to tell your story of where you're planning to go with this thing you're trying to build. Your website can show your vision of what you're trying to build and why someone should join your journey. The final opportunity is a bit broader, but ultimately your personal livelihood is likely attached to your own set of web skills. Managing a website is an important responsibility, but your livelihood and the potential livelihood of your family, your employees, and your community at large are dependent on the performance of your website. It's how we acquire customers, vendors, and other important suppliers that create an ecosystem around a business. With so much riding on your website's performance, I think it's safe to say that your best interest is to remain on the forefront of what a cutting-edge site strategy should look like today and beyond. Simply educating yourself with web strategies and implementing them into your website can be one of the most easiest and cost-effective ways to win against the competition and change your entire situation around for the better. It could also open up a plethora of opportunities for you at other organizations or for your own business. Let me help you win your website. In my vlog, I have a series of episodes lined up with practical and tactical advice for how you can really win your website. So catch my content on everything from little tweaks that can make a big difference to building a powerful mindset that can operate a larger strategy like my digital acquisition cycle. So stick around and hang out with me if you want to blow up your website this year, and in a good way. Before we go any farther, I want to address some important takeaways. We've determined that your website and your online presence are critical in today's business world. A website is not just a requirement, it's a growth strategy that at the end of the day is part of your overall livelihood. So often I have to ask my clients, what role do you intend to take on your website? Today, website marketing and development are broken down into several disciplines or roles. Depending on your website budget and overall strategy, these various roles have transformed into careers for talented people, possibly even yourself, in the future. A powerful website today includes several key areas of responsibility, such as a content strategy, user experience design, full stack programming, digital marketing, talent recruitment, and more. There's also a host of specialties within these disciplines, such as search engine optimization specialists, video producers, editors, bloggers, content creators, WordPress developers or WordPress assemblers, social media experts, and visual storytellers, just to name a few. Oh my gosh, there's so many of them. But I only bring this up because I get a lot of excited clients at various skill levels and experience come to me looking to build a high-performing website entirely on their own. And this maybe is an outdated mindset of what requires today to win online. It's not that my clients aren't talented. No, they are very talented in their own respective areas. And let me also say that building a website yourself can happen if you put the time to learn and make mistakes. I've built many websites myself over the years, some rather high-performing sites, but I also have about 15 years of experience, and it took many failures to achieve to a few wins. So if you're just getting in the game today, or maybe you're back from a bit of a hiatus, then it may take some time, but you only have this opportunity ahead. I guarantee that if you hang with me on my channel, you'll learn many of the skills needed to build a winning website. Just expect that it's going to take some time and patience to do so, and a little bit of perseverance to get where you want to go. I highly encourage to get down and dirty with your website and learn how it really works. And with my help, I'll help you build a powerful mindset around your web strategy to truly win your website. This begins with determining what role is best for you in your website. Just like applying for a job, you wouldn't want to apply for a position that isn't a good fit. So why are you trying to take on every role of your website? Find out what aspect of your web strategy you want to own and then go with it. Maybe you want to control the design, or maybe you want to hand it off and just be a client, or be the project manager of your website. There are plenty of ways for which anyone can contribute to a web strategy in a way that makes the most sense for you and your business and for your site. Now, if you want to go farther, faster, there's one role we must all take on to succeed in this game. This one role is a special one out of all of them. This one role we must all take on, as it's the role of a student. You must be willing to be a perpetual student of web strategy to learn that a high performance only comes from practice, practice, practice. And the web is a fast evolving place, and what worked a few years ago may not work today in a lot of ways. What does work time after time is when you invest your time learning. Think about all the opportunities you can create in the future by picking up some useful, in-demand skills today that will potentially apply not only to your current website, but the many websites you will likely have to build in the future, for yourself or maybe even for clients. The best thing today is that you can do it. All you have to do is subscribe. Win your website with me. Hit that subscribe button if you're really ready to take on the challenge of really owning your website, your strategy, and your future. Be sure to tap that alert button when I post my next tutorial and dive into some of the more tactical and yet practical tips and tricks that I will share with you in my future episodes. So grow your website, build your knowledge, and create a winning mindset with me, your mentor, Scott Winterroth. Thank you so much for watching, and with much gratitude, thank you.